Yeah. All right. I was gonna say fire noise, but now it's like drippy droppy.
Yeah, something like that.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 250 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast sometimes where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. Guys, 250 episodes
250
of the STS Guys. Let alone did I think we'd make it to 25.
We've done this 250 times.
250 times.
That's crazy.
Congrats, guys. Congrats. Like it's a huge accomplishment.
I totally agree, right? We stuck with something for 6+ years, 250 times. My God.
It's kind of nuts. Like I said, and if anything right now, like I said, I don't see us stopping. Like I said, just keep on keeping on.
Like I said, I think what it is this. It's like everybody else goes in here to be like, hey, let's do this stuff because we're gonna make it. We're gonna be the next Joe Rogan or whatever, right? It's like we're gonna be this super popular, things like that. But I think it's like, dude, we just get together to hang out, and we're like, might as well record it and just have fun with this shit. So I definitely enjoy it. This is I look forward to the weekly hangout because as of right now, like Jeremy and I are still fairly close to each other, like in terms of location, right? Larry, you're far away again, so it's kind of this thing where it's like this is our way to stay connected. Like,
well, and to be fair, even though me and Scott are, I said, less than 3 miles apart from one another.
Yeah,
like. I went and saw Scott. I said earlier this week. That's the first time I've seen Scott in probably like 4 months.
Yeah. Since the little one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I really haven't done a whole lot since then, right? Like, this is kind of me. This is my social interaction. So, outside of going into work.
Yeah. Boo.
Boo. Boo work.
Boo. Boo. Boo, and
I totally agree. Like Scott said, I mean, it's an excuse to talk to you guys, so it's awesome. And there's like no pressure to do it every week. We've talked about that before, so that's why we're completely irregular. There is no schedule. It's just when we're not doing anything, we talk. When we have something going on, that's okay. We'll talk next week.
We'll move it on. Yeah, it's how
this is next week.
Yeah. It's how we get through everything, and just like, you know what? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, just always next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what though? Like I said, I'm again right. I'm just literally crazy. It's crazy to think that it's been 250 episodes. Like, it still is mind-boggling to me, to be honest with you.
No, absolutely. Like, we've talked about. There you go, Jeremy.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go,
Manny. Manny asked if the lights behind Jeremy change colors. So Jeremy is changing the colors on the lights. Very cool. I mean, we've talked about the first episode a lot, but like the first, that feels kind of like a long time ago. But the thing that just popped in my mind was the 50th episode when the four of us, right, with Nate, went over to Jeremy's house and ate that Batman cereal. Like, that doesn't feel like that long ago.
No,
it doesn't feel like that long ago.
It tasted like sawdust.
Yeah,
I still can remember the taste of that fucking cereal. It was foul.
Well, not very good after all those years.
Yeah.
Well, then you just kind of like threw a timestamp on it on this as well. Like, right? Like, we've been at this, like I said, 6 years. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I said I turned 40 in a week.
Yeah.
like it's. I'm like I'm now doing this podcast into my 40s.
Manny says, was it a generic cereal? No, we found. I should say we. Jeremy had found online a box of the original Batman.
1989
Batman movie, the cereal from the Batman.
with the bank still attached.
Yep. Yeah. Had the little bank thing or anything. So this unopened box.
Yeah.
And
This
with the little Batman guy on it. Yeah. So we had that. So we found it. That's what it looks like. Larry's got a great picture of it. By the time we had gotten to it, it was at this point. I mean, it was pretty well dried out. It was crumbly. There was a lot of, you think that there's always a lot of, I'll call it cereal dust at the bottom of the bag. No, there was like half of it was cereal dust. And I ate it. I was like, hey, it's fucking gross, but it's not that bad. And then, as I had promised I would, and then everybody else took a bite just to see what it was like, and it was not good.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't bugs in it. Like,
I thought so.
Like sometimes like those cereals they say they have like on the shelf where you just forget about it in the back of the cabinet, and then it has like those little like weevily looking like
little weevily bugs. I was very surprised. I looked because I was like, dude, if there's bugs in it, I'm not eating it. But like any other, if there's no bugs, I'll try it. So at some point, I need to. I've been keeping an eye. I need to find the
holy crap! Look, it's Fat Me again.
Yeah.
Look at those guys.
Look at those guys.
Look at those guys.
With the Batman cereal front and center on the table.
There it is.
Very nice.
Look at that.
I see a bowl being poured right around here, I believe. Or
like, and we're all vodka.
I think that was post eating it, where we were trying to drink straight out the bottle because I needed something. I needed something to clear the flavor out of there. So
that's funny.
Yeah, those youngsters there.
Yes, kind of, right? Like, my God.
So
young. Look at that hairline.
So young. And so let's. I guess we're replaying.
Yeah, we're reliving this.
We're reliving this because of the say.
Again, right? I've watched this video forever. Man, look at the size of my titties.
Yeah.
Wow, things have changed.
I gotta I realize I remember I'm letting
that wasn't just four of us. That was all five of us right there.
And there we go.
There we go. There's Scott taking the bite. And slowly chewing. And here comes the regret.
Yep. You can see the regret.
Manny asked what time it looks at. Manny, I used to live literally less than a mile away from a dairy.
Yeah.
So I used to get my milk. I said I actually went to the dairy and got the milk, and they still served it in the glass containers.
A lot of the ones here in our local area, because we have a lot of local dairies, have, like, if you go directly to like the smaller dairies, they generally have, like, they sell milk in like the quart or like the 1 or 2 quarts like sizes, and they're in the glass bottles. And if you take them back, they give you money for returning their glass bottle.
Yeah, no, that was a fun time.
That was a fun time. I forgot that after I ate it, I drank that beer. I was like, I need something stronger, and you busted out.
You're like, hey, hold on.
The vodka. It's like, drink it.
Hey, Grey Goose and Batman cereal. I said, what a better Saturday. I said Saturday afternoon than Grey Goose and Batman cereal.
Yeah,
good times.
That was definitely fun. Well, that works. Well,
should we talk about the giveaway?
What happened to the Batman bag? I think I still have that somewhere.
I know you do.
That was your trophy for. That was your trophy.
I know I have it, but I said I just don't know where it's at.
I know you wouldn't have gotten rid of it.
I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. No,
it's probably in the garage somewhere.
No, I don't think it's in the garage. I have I have my den that has a whole bunch of my stuff. It's in like things back there. It's probably back out in there.
STS Guys, I don't know, right? Memorabilia.
Yeah.
One of key moments in STS.
Key moment in STS Guys history. Like, that's why I still have the little from Designer Con. I got my little.
Oh, your little dunny.
My little dunny.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I do have some of the stuff here, but not all of it.
Larry, you're talking about. I said you were talking about something they were doing for just celebrate
Yeah,
350.
yeah. Well, real quick, you're talking about stuff that the STS Guys souvenirs, right? That that Scott has. I have something in my garage that my wife is confused that why I won't get rid of it. It's not going to load. Oh, there it goes. We back when we used to do unboxing videos.
Yeah.
But this eBay mystery box, and inside of it, besides those random playing cards,
I remember the loose playing cards.
Naked Barbie.
yeah,
The
was the naked Barbie
with the barely working night vision.
yeah, the
scope.
scope thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
My
Just sort
favorite
of the
Larry,
best thing.
my favorite Larry quote ever is said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a naked Barbie."
Yeah, we have a naked Barbie here.
Yeah. So I still have that as well. That was 5 years ago. It doesn't say the date, but 5 years ago. Yeah, my wife doesn't know why I don't want to get rid of the naked Barbie.
You can't get rid of it, dude. At this point, you will forever have it. You will go to your deathbed, and Ian will have forgotten about it. And
It'd be on
you're
display.
You're gonna hand him down this naked Barbie, and he's gonna be like, "Why is this willed to me?" Oh.
It
Yeah,
is
we
the naked
used
Barbie.
to say, we used to have it to say, like, if you either we'll find, we were basically trying to prove, like, hey, like, these things are dumb, don't buy like real eBay mystery boxes are shit. The ones that people are like, I got this $10,000 item, they made it themselves.
Yeah,
And
because that was a thing.
Yeah,
that was a thing for a minute. Is
back in the
everybody was
day.
doing eBay mystery
Everybody,
boxes?
everybody was doing mystery boxes.
Wrong one.
There you go.
I don't know how I did that. Right? Yeah, like it was the trendy thing to do, eBay mystery box unboxings, and people were buying these
So
things.
it was the proof. We bought a couple of different ones.
And then the candle that smelled like
It
unimaginably
smelled
bad.
Dude,
bad.
like everything stunk like that.
Yeah, exactly. I had to throw it away outside as soon as I opened it because it was really bad, and it would have made my whole like room smell. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. But that was 5 years ago. We've got a giveaway going on though as of now. Like we've teased it a couple times. When Jeremy was at Fan Expo Dallas early this summer, he picked up this autographed photo of Charlie Cox, Daredevil. And now it's officially time to give it away because we said when we get to 250. Took a minute, as we knew it would. But the giveaway is live. I will share the link in the chats if you have not entered already. It's GiveLab, right? So it's easy. You do a couple actions. Like it's changed. Like the last one of these we did was 2021 because it shows me. So it's been 2 years, which is crazy. But right, there are new actions. Like follow us on TikTok. I don't think that was a thing 2 years ago. But we do have a TikTok with like 2 subscribers. Videos, right? But the usual, like subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ed said Twitch wasn't working, so I think I deleted that one. I don't know why it's still showing. But you can listen to some classic STS Guys episodes on SoundCloud and get a couple points. But the most important one is there's this one down here that says enter a secret code for 1,000 entries. The other ones are like what 150. I set them at like 25 if you just want to click on our Instagram. But 1,000 entries, if you enter a code, I'm going to type that code in the chats right now, and then I will say it. But it's going to be one of our kind of our topic for today. Besides looking back, it's blood and honey, all run together, right? BLOOD ANDHONEY, all run together. If you enter that there, you're going to get a ton of points, and you're going to get a nice head start on this giveaway for a really cool autographed photo. And then, as usual, an STS Guys favorites, got those daily bonuses too, where you get 50 points. So you can check in every day, start to rack up the points there as well. This is going for, I think, 3 weeks. It ends I think it's like right after Thanksgiving. So yeah, 27 days. So I guess it's a little more than 3 weeks. It's going to end right after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I think at midnight Pacific. So you got plenty of time, plenty of chances to get those daily entries in. And I mean, if you can't tell from this photo, like this is a really, really nice autograph photo. So it's pretty cool. If you like Marvel stuff at all, and maybe you don't have a con near you, can't get to these kind of things, Jeremy's going to hook you up with this awesome autograph Charlie Cox.
It's a metallic photo, as I said as well. Yeah. And then it's also certified by GSA. Yes. It's the best third party authenticator in the world.
In the world.
And honest, hey,
you are literally pulling your Hafke.
Hey, I said me and Hafke are buddies. I said, hey, shout out 69 Productions. How about 69 Collectibles? I said Resurgence coming back soon. I said I actually got chills there for a second. Larry, I think you need a new job. Like there's a vacancy. I know that there's a vacancy for sure. When you're spelling out blood and honey, like you remind me of said Bill Cosby spelled out JELLO. I'm like you should go sling some pudding pops.
Yeah, get them pudding pops.
Oh God!
Just don't make the ladies play with your pudding pop, and you'll be fine.
Oh, Bill Cosby. Eh? I don't know if anybody wants to be the new Bill Cosby, but sure, I'm down. Ed, I'm not changing the subject, but I am changing the subject. Ed asked about Bucky's giveaway. Did we? I think we did say we were going to do a Bucky's giveaway.
We said we should.
No. We said we would.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah. Like I have a basket of Bucky stuff someplace.
I think we bought. I think you bought stuff, or we bought stuff. I don't remember.
I know I have keychains, and I have koozies, and I know I have stickers and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll do that one.
We'll figure that.
We'll figure. We'll figure.
We've been lacking on the giveaways, as case in point, Larry saying it's been a few years. So.
Yeah, Ed's right. I think we did. I think you did buy stuff, Jeremy, when the. Three of us plus Ian went to Bucky's after New Braunfels. No, I don't know
that weird con.
The Retro Expo. Was it the Retro Expo?
I don't remember. Ian didn't go. I don't think it was
just the three of us.
No, it was just the three of us. I think.
It's just the three of us.
Where we went. Was it?
It was New Braunfels. It was the New Braunfels.
I think it was the Retro Expo in New Braunfels.
That Retro Expo that was in the one little tiny
in the Civic Center in the
Civic Center meeting room.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember going to this. Oh, with the toys.
Where there was 15 vendors.
Yeah. Okay, because I did go back there for the Hill Country Comic Con. Without you guys, I do remember that. But yes, okay, I do remember this retro. I don't remember what it's called, the Retro Fest or whatever, because that was when those Marvel trading cards were super popular, and somebody had the whole set for $1,000 or something ridiculous like that. Because I have a picture of that on my phone.
Yeah.
And they were other Masters of the Universe figures and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I vaguely remember going there.
And then there was a stage, and that's where they had their celebrities where they're actually physically on the stage.
Yeah. Okay. I do. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Wow. Either I'm getting old, yes, or we've been to too many cons and things that I don't actually remember all of them. I think we've reached that point.
Also, yes.
Yeah. Right. Also yes.
Also yes.
We've reached that point where all the generic cons we've been to all have started to blur together.
And to be fair, it's kind of true. When you look at you run into the same vendors and the same con, you run into the same people and the same vendors and the same stuff all the time, right?
They all look the same. Especially because like I said, I do remember going to Hill Country.
You've been to enough shitty cons; they all blend together.
But we didn't spend that much money. We didn't spend any money.
I don't think any of us bought anything that I can remember.
I don't.
And we just left after 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it took us longer to drive there than we spent inside the convention.
Exactly. We didn't spend much time there, and
we spent more time in Bucky's than
exactly.
We did
I was gonna say we
convention.
kind of just went to hang out and go to Bucky's. So, and you know what? There's no regrets.
No regrets.
Now that I can't go to Bucky's whenever I want, no regrets. Yeah. Apparently, I totally believe her. Apparently, I said Misty won our Bucky's contest at some point, so maybe we owe Misty some Bucky stickers
stuff,
or something.
maybe.
Hey, we all do. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll have to get some stickers or something next time, just to figure out something to do with it.
I'll have a Bucky's trip here probably within the next week or so, maybe.
Nice. That's super quick. You'll at least have one before the end of the year.
Yeah, before the end of the year. I know before the end of the year for sure.
Nice.
Speaking of before the end of the year, you know what we should talk about before the end of the year?
Horror movies.
Horror movies.
Hey, we said we were going to do a Halloween episode in October. Well, it's October 28th, so we made it.
We're gonna do it here. And you know what? Just because I didn't get to push this button earlier. It's been a week. There, I had to hit the button.
You have to. You have to. Like I said, if you don't,
it's an STS Guys. It's an STS Guys staple. It wouldn't be an episode, at least recently. After the first 20 without somebody saying it's been a week.
Yep, you got to do it. So
hold on, we're gonna derail because we have two questions from the chat from two different platforms asking the same thing. So Manny asked if we're gonna do the SDCC pre-sale next week, and Misty, over on Twitch also wants to know, are we doing the SDCC ticket sale next Saturday? Technically, we don't have to because. I haven't checked. We get press badges, so we don't have to do the general sale. I haven't checked to see if we're up for renewal or whatever.
I can't remember at this point. I thought we got a freebie for them messing up the prior one, but
I haven't looked. So I need to thank you for the reminder. I need to do that before Saturday. So technically, those badges aren't available for pre-registration, but my son did have a general badge, so technically I'm not supposed to be going to San Diego Comic-Con in 2024 because we're saving money to do something else, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I've actually even with the free passes, I'm kind of on the fence, to be honest with you.
So that means if I don't go, you're probably out.
Yeah, I said if you don't go, I'm definitely out.
Okay. We'll talk.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So Ed does want to stay together.
I
was gonna say Ed does want. Ed's now bringing up the questions for Blood and Honey. So
all right. Yeah. So we watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Highly anticipated, at least amongst the three of us, right? When we heard that it was happening. Should we do the recap real quick?
So let's go. So let me. Here's what I want to do. Let me go through.
Set the stage.
I want to go through how this movie came to be, and then Larry, in classic, we'll bring back the Totally Rad Movie podcast thing where I say, Larry, explain to me the plot of the movie that you just watched.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, Manny said he hasn't seen the movie, but there's not much spoiler. There really isn't.
There isn't. There really isn't.
So basically, this movie gets made because the Winnie the Pooh characters from the original books fell into the public domain, right? So the original 1926 books fell into public domain, which means that they could make them. Anybody can make a Winnie the Pooh movie or any book or anything that involves Winnie the Pooh, as long as they don't cross over and do anything based on the Disney versions of the characters, which are still under the Disney copyright.
Right, so which means some of the characters, right, like Tigger and didn't exist in the first.
And that's why you don't see a lot of Roo and Kanga, right? Because those were in later books that have yet to fall into the public domain. Right, so they can't do anything that isn't public domain. It's still all pretty much Disney at that point, right? They're the only ones. But, right, Rabbit, Owl, Eeyore, Pooh, and Piglet, the core five, the core five are public domain at this point. So any of you, if you're hearing this or anything, you want to go write your own fanfic of Winnie the Pooh, you can do that.
Or
And
make your own Winnie the Pooh merch.
you can make your own Winnie the Pooh merch now, as long as you use the original book variations of it. So I don't think he can be wearing the little red shirt, and he can't have the he has to look like the. Here.
That's hard because it's a book, but yeah, like you could print a shirt that says Winnie the Pooh or whatever.
Yeah,
and Disney can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
but
so you have to look like
might be
that version of Winnie the Pooh. Right,
yeah, you could do that.
That
which is just
from the original book.
Shirtless pencil drawing of a bear on a log.
Yep.
Audio listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't have like the red shirt with the pots that say honey with the HUNY, right?
The modern, I mean, that's still the character design for Winnie the Pooh now.
Yeah, you can't have dyslexic Pooh that doesn't know how to spell honey.
Yeah, exactly. So to go forward, these became public domain, and one of the first people to kind of jump on that was like, we're going to make a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. And apparently it had to go through a couple revisions because it kept getting too much like the Disney versions of the characters. So it eventually just kind of morphed into a generic slasher movie using variations of these characters. So that sets the stage. That's the background. So now, Larry, it's up to you. Tell me the plot.
Give me the IMDb.
Give me the IMDb. Give me that good summary.
Give me
the LMDb. The
LMDB.
Yeah.
The Larry
movie database.
Yeah.
What happens in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? Share me the plot.
All right. I'll do my best because it's been like a couple weeks since I watched this. But here's what I remember, right? So like Scott said, Blood and Honey. Obviously, the main character's got to be Winnie the Pooh, right? So movie starts off with flashbacks to Christopher Robin going to the 100-acre woods, hanging out with his friends like Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and they're all talking, they're all playing, they're having a good time, right? But then Christopher Robin grows up, and he's got a girlfriend, and he doesn't have time to go hang out in the forest anymore. He's got more grown up teenager things to do. So he stops going, but Pooh and his friends had started to depend on Christopher Robin, right? He was always coming there. He's bringing them food, or he's bringing them snacks. Like he was their main source of life, apparently. So when he stopped coming and bringing them dinner, they started to starve to death. And things got so bad that at some point, Pooh decides, guys, we're gonna die unless we eat Eeyore. So that's where the chaos starts. Is they turn against their friend, they eat Eeyore. I don't know who they eat after Eeyore, like how they stay alive, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Like they've gone crazy, they're murderous. Flash forward to present day, whatever. Christopher Robin, and is it his girlfriend or his wife? I
don't know, because at one point
it's his fiance, because they were going to get married.
It's his fiance at one point, but then later on he does implicitly refers to her as his wife. So I actually don't know. It's a continuity error that exists within that movie.
Probably. All right, I got this. Christopher Robin's special lady, whoever she is, right, girlfriend, wife, whatever. He's right. He loves her so much. He's like, you know what? I got to bring you to this place. I'm bringing you out to the forest. We're gonna meet these animals that I used to hang out with and have such a good time with when I was young. So they get there. They're looking around for the spot. Go ahead.
I was like, pause right there, just in terms of basically like in reality, right? Like, hey, you're dating, you're dating someone. Like I said, it was like, hey, you know what? We're getting pretty serious now. You know what?
I need to tell you.
I love you. I need to tell you about these life. I said these life-size animals. I said that I talked to, and they're my best friends.
And talk back.
And you're still willing to marry that person.
So here's the thing that Larry, I'm going to let you continue here because I got to add another interjection to this movie that I thought was very strange. So the original thing is like, they were just his fucking stuffed animals, and it was like his imaginary friends coming back. In this version of them, they're these awful human-animal hybrids that legitimately live in the forest. They're not these imaginary toys that have like come to life because of the woods. They're these like half human, half bear creatures.
Some dude got it on with a bear.
Some like half human, half animal hybrids that are hanging out in the forest, and he finds them. And instead of being as a child is like, oh, I'll feed these things, and like it is awful the fact that it's not like pretend. But then again, his fiance / wife, whatever she is, special lady, is like, oh, I don't believe that you ever played with these creatures that are out in the woods. You made this whole thing up. And it's like, who would make, like, oh, I used to take my stuffed animals and it'd come to life. That's a story you'd be like, all right, you're a fucking psychopath. But like, oh, I found these monsters in the woods and would bring them food and we would play with them.
It's weird.
Is something you'd be like, wait, you found like monster? Like, it's a much more like, what the fuck story.
I don't think they were monsters though at first, right? Because they were friendly. It's after Christopher Robin pulled back and abandoned them.
I'm pretty sure that they turned to cannibalism. They turned to cannibalism pretty damn quick.
They had daddy issues, you know. There's a spectrum between daddy issues and cannibalism. Like, and it's just, I said, it just went downhill too fast.
All right, so they meet.
Anyway, so they
meet the animal. Go.
Yeah, so they're in the forest looking for them. Takes them a while, right? He's like, I swear this is the spot. This is the spot. Finally finds them, right? But Pooh's not in a good place. Pooh's out for vengeance. He's not here to play. He I forget exactly what happens, right? He kidnaps them, ends up murdering the wife, girlfriend, special lady, and basically tortures Christopher Robin. And flash forward, these young co-eds, group of friends show up because they need to get away.
Because it has to be co-eds.
It's a horror.
It's a horror movie.
Well, it's co-eds. But here, the saddest thing is, one of them is a victim of a stalking incident where this person like graphically shows it, like he like comes in and like watches her sleep.
He tries to undress her, like
tries to undress her while she's sleeping. It is this unnecessary addition to the movie that you're like, why would the fuck would you show that?
She's got right. They're trying to give her some trauma unnecessary,
right?
because in 20 minutes movie time, she's going to have a giant bear running after her. So
because you have to justify that.
Yeah, she doesn't need backstory about why she's scared of things. Like literally, this monster is chasing her. That's not enough, right? So anyway, there you go. That's the next step, right? These young ladies are going to get away, and Pooh and his friends are hungry. They basically take them on one at a time. It's just gratuitous violence and super bloody, super gory as Pooh gets vengeance, on these girls. And the whole time, like Christopher Robin's there, like tied up and hung and like watching all this go down. It was weird.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, can I go over a couple of there is some pretty fucked up shit that happens in this movie. Can I just go through a list of some of the shit that I was like, what the fuck moments?
Okay, real quick before you go through that though. The one thing I have to call out for this movie, it's you had the option for practical effects, and then you chose to go with CGI instead. Like in a couple of these moments, like you could have literally went, like I said, in a couple of these spots and bought a $5 thing, a hamburger, and thrown it thrown it out. But instead they opted for a lot of the CGI. And then okay, Scott, go into your stuff, and then we'll go into.
So they decide. So this movie has decided to go with some shock value, right? Because obviously, it's the first Winnie the Pooh horror movie, the first real beloved children's thing that has kind of
took a dark turn.
Taken a dark turn.
Yeah, right. It's not the Pooh you grew up with.
Not the Pooh you grew up with, right? So fun. So a couple of the things that are fucked up, right? So you said Christopher Robin gets tortured.
Yeah.
I want to describe the torture. So his wife / whatever is Mary. Piglet strangles her to death. They then burn the body, bleed it out, and while Pooh is whipping Christopher Robin, who's tied up, with Eeyore's fucking tail, they start spraying his wife's blood all over him and like innards and stuff while he's like tied up. So that's fucked up thing number one. Number two, they take this girl that was in like the hot tub and they hog tie her, put her on a road, and run her head over with the car. There's the lady that's all cut up that Piglet beats to death with a sledgehammer. You have Pooh like pin cushioning a lady up against a a wall with the knife. And then at the end of the thing, the final girl, right? So at the very end of it, you have Pooh,
strong woman,
and Mary, right? The girl that not Mary, Maria, that is the girl with the stalker girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay.
At the very end of it, she gets captured, and Christopher Robin's like, "No, take me. I'm the one you want. Whatever, all that stuff." And he just fucking slits her throat. You're like, "Oh, the girl that they're setting up with all this trauma is maybe he's like, oh, maybe she'll get out of this because she's the final girl." No, he just fucking slits her throat and lets Christopher Robin go free. There's some major fucked up parts of this movie, and I absolutely love. The movie is trash. I will tell you that it is fucking awful.
There's no plot.
There's no plot. There's some decent points to it.
In each of our, I'm pretty sure in each of our cleaning closets, I'm pretty sure we have some Pooh gloves. Like literally, like a part of the Pooh costume in our house, which are like those Dixie, those yellow Dixie gloves.
Yeah. Here, let me share. Just for anybody who doesn't know, we're gonna talk because we need to talk about the masks. Right?
I do love the Pooh mask.
The Pooh mask is pretty awesome.
So give me a second. Let me pull this up for people watching here.
Because, like Scott said, they could, right? You can't use the kind of the modern Pooh that we know.
It's just a dude it's a guy in a flannel shirt with this rubber Pooh mask.
It's lumberjack.
Like he's a bear.
It's lumberjack Pooh.
It's lumberjack Pooh, but he's supposed to be a bear, but he's just a bald yellow bear-shaped thing. He's not actually like a bear, right? And then you have
his overalls.
One of the girls, right? Like, let's see. Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Let's see if we can find. Do they have? I'm just trying to see if we have a picture of Piglet here. I guess you can see the back of his head.
Oh, but it's the same idea, right? It's just.
It's also just a rubber mask, and also, this is the other thing. For no apparent reason, I don't know if you can see that very well on the screen here, but he's always also surrounded by a swarm of bees.
It's the honey.
CGI bees.
Yeah, CGI bees.
Honey.
There's post torture Christopher Robin
and his ladies.
And the ladies. There's Piglet.
There's Piglet. Yeah, it's more like a like a warthog kind of like.
He's like a.
It doesn't look like.
Isn't very friendly. So Manny asks, "Is Owl in the movie?" So Owl and Rabbit are mentioned in the movie, but not. Apparently, I was looking up some trivia to see if
did they eat them?
No. So they are supposedly in one scene. When Christopher Robin is they're dragging him through the forest, you can see them briefly, like watching over it, but apparently not participating in the murderous activities of Pooh and Piglet.
All right. I also want to make a call out, right? So, like, the compound that I said in the 100 Acre where all these creatures live.
Yeah.
Like I said, each one of them has their own said trailer, and then Pooh has a treehouse. It's a nice compound. Like,
and the fact that nobody's found this stuff is absolutely amazing, right?
So here's the thing: like, you can build all that and afford basically putting trailers on the property, but then you had to resort to eating Eeyore.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'll have to add into this that gets me a laugh every time is that. True to the blood and honey, at several times, Pooh just covers a person in honey before he kills them.
Yeah.
So it's of course you have to, right?
Yeah.
So
and Pooh's also number one weapon. Like, did you notice how many times he killed or hurt people just by slapping them?
Yeah, he's
super strong.
He's apparently super strong because he knocks some dude
he bitch slaps
some guy and is like breaks the guy.
Yeah,
he peels off the guy's face one of the hillbillies' faces.
So it's so there's everything this movie can need. You got the co-ed girls, gratuitous nudity and violence, hillbillies.
Yeah, you gotta have hillbillies.
Torture porn. It's got everything that you want.
Yeah, it's, like you said, they had an idea. Like we want to make Winnie the Pooh into a horror movie, and that was what they did. Like there's no real plot to it other than Pooh's killing people for revenge. It's yeah, I don't know. It was okay. I watched the whole thing. I guess that's saying something.
Yeah, that's at least 2 stars from if you actually power through it and actually got through it.
Yeah, it was watchable.
And if there was a sequel, I'd actually watch it.
Okay, so I got some trivia and I got some money stuff that we can talk, right? Cool. So you guys ready for some Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey trivia?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Larry, you bring up one of the things. Piglet having a more boar-like design.
Yeah, boar. That's what it is.
Would have was probably made just to be kind of make him look like a scary pig, but in reality, any like domesticated pig or farm pig, if left out in the wild, will eventually grow like more feral boar-like things.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think they planned for that. Even the person writing the trivia is like, I don't think this was intended. But it's actually like a true thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
The other questions, everyone was questioning why it makes them seem pretty pathetic, right? To Jeremy's point, there's a lot of people talking about like they have all this stuff. They created a generator by riding a bicycle at one point, and yet couldn't feed themselves, and had to resort to.
That's the biggest plot hole though. Like they're clearly like Christopher Robin clearly leaves for a really long time. It only says they ate Eeyore. Eeyore's not going to last you that long. Like, were they just killing randos, or did they go into town? Like, I want to know more about like the in between.
You want to know the backstory?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know the backstory.
Did Pooh have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, probably at some point.
He
they just started stealing from the hillbillies, right? They just never knew. So, all right, so let's go through some trivia.
Right,
this movie was shot in only 10 days originally.
Wow.
But because it started to get up traction when they announced the trailer, they had to go back in and do some reshoots. So what we see is actually a reshot version because they went back and like, we got to make this better. So that garbage pile
the first one was so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
So
wow.
It's awful. Another good one. Just as Winnie the Pooh Disney version has been banned in China, because this has a reference to Winnie the Pooh, this movie is also been banned in China, despite never having intended a mainland China release. So China went ahead and pre-banned this movie because of its association with Winnie the Pooh.
They missed the boat. They missed the boat on that opportunity. They said that could have been the highest grossing Winnie the Pooh movie of all time in China.
Hands down.
Hands down, the highest grossing Winnie the Pooh movie of all time.
Why don't they like Pooh? Is it because he doesn't wear pants?
No, it's because they compared Xi Jinping,
the leader,
because it looks a little like
the head CCP. They called him Winnie the Pooh, and then
and he gets really mad, and so people disappear. All right, so Jim Cummings, who is the voice of Winnie the Pooh, right? Super famous thing. Basically said in an interview he fucking hates this movie and finds the idea of it, and I quote, absolutely disgusting, and made it very clear that anyone who decided to dub over a Jim Cummings Winnie the Pooh voice will be faced with legal action.
That's awesome. Sounds like a job for AI.
That does sound like a job for AI.
So,
bother.
Yeah. Fun fact: Jim Cummings is in town for a Comic-Con this weekend. I'm not going to see him tomorrow necessarily, but I will see him tomorrow. So I feel like I should ask, but then I also might get kicked out.
No. You should bring a photo for him to sign.
About Pooh.
That would be good. That would be good.
Sir.
And then another simple trivia. Throughout the entire movie, Pooh only says 2 words. Piglet says 0 throughout the entire thing.
He said words?
He said, yes.
Beginning. Before he goes crazy.
No. It was at the very end, right before he slits her throat. He says, "You left," and slits her throat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
He was explaining why.
It's very quiet.
He's so angry.
So you have to go back and
I do remember that. Yeah.
So
because I thought it might be at the beginning because they did specifically say that when Christopher Robin left, they stopped talking. Like there's a narrator who's explaining what's going on, but like that's pointed out, like they stopped talking. Oh, okay. But why are you telling me they stopped talking when they never actually talked in the movie? That's weird.
Exactly. Another thing is, I guess I have to go back and watch for this, but it says several points throughout the movie.
Please don't.
The mask will rise to the point where you can see the actors' faces underneath them during action scenes throughout the movie. And then at 48 minutes and 40 seconds, when Piglet is trying to whip the girl in the pool with the chain, apparently, like, there's several times where he like slaps the chain down and you can see it floating on top of the water. Like, it's clearly like a rubber chain because it's floating.
Hey, so high quality.
Box office. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
The original theatrical run was made, so the movie was shot, I think somebody set it up in here earlier, was made on a budget of $100,000.
Yeah.
The original theatrical run made roughly, it's like 5.2 million worldwide against that budget. So it actually made a good amount of money.
It made great money.
Great money for its cost. Which means there is also a sequel and a shared universe, apparently, currently in development. So these people are trying to go through and grab up all these properties where the rights have expired and will be bringing movies of them, including a sequel to this.
So I said the people who made it, I said they also made they're making a Grinch movie. They're making the guy who plays Terrifier, I said is actually going to be, I said it's called The Mean One.
That makes sense.
It's basically a same vein of this, but yeah, it's The Mean One.
And okay, so I'm looking at it here. So his upcoming movies, now The Mean One is recently updated. I don't think it's on his thing right here, but slated for 2024 is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. There's also Bambi the Reckoning.
So
and then
is that like hold on. Bambi the Reckoning, Bambi's mom dies, right? And then
Bambi's mom gets shot by a hunter. So does Bambi go out and go like
revenge? That's got
the film will be about the titular character getting revenge after the death of his mother.
Yeah,
so it is about thing. There's also
that makes sense.
One. It's called Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Is also coming.
Could be good too.
Is that Michael Jackson?
No, different Neverland. The original Neverland. However, that could be an interesting kind of plot twist. Is a guy with a silver glove shows up.
Yeah. No, I think this is so. Back in the day, I think there was one story about Peter Pan that was like the Lost Boys. You know how they always say like the Lost Boys never grow up.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of that whole story was, in fact, they never grow up because when they reach like adulthood, Peter Pan just takes them out of the woods and kills them and then goes and gets a new kid to replace them. And so they never grow up is not like they stop aging when they get there. It's like, no.
Sure.
And the whole concept was all the pirates were the ones that he wasn't able to kill. And that's where all the pirates on the island are there. And that's why they don't like Peter Pan, is because he was killing all of their friends.
I would.
So if they adopt that into a movie, I would watch it.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah,
I would watch that movie.
So that was an old version of the story that somebody had written back in the day when copyright laws were not that great, and I would hope that they would adapt that one.
I like it. One of these has to be great.
One of them has to be good.
Yeah. The Pooh one was okay, but one of these is going to be a true gem. At least I hope it will be. I feel like the Bambi one, just because Bambi's mom, right?
Bambi is a deer that comes in and kills people. Is going to be freaking amazing.
Yeah, for revenge, right? If
just
right.
for the sake of it's going to be just a goddamn deer that goes and kills people. Exactly. Kind of like that. Have you guys seen the thing on Hulu with the sloth that kills all the sorority girls? Oh, it's clearly just a puppet.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse, where it's just clearly a sloth, a stuffed
it's
animal.
It's on Hulu too. But
yeah, So it's
Okay.
one of those things where you gotta watch, right? Just because it's so stupid. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the commercials. That's going to be my Halloween movie that I watch. But it is bad because it is clearly just a stuffed sloth. You got to appreciate a bad horror movie. This is a bad horror movie, and Jeremy and I were talking about this before. There are certain movies like our favorite Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You've just been stuffed.
You've been stuffed. That is a horror movie that knows its premise is stupid and leans into it. And those usually end up being good because they know what they're about. They realize that their plot is shit. And they're just they know it, and you know it. There's a mutual understanding between the movie and the audience, and you enjoy the shit out of those movies.
We also agreed, all three of us agreed before that Thanksgiving had a better plot than Winnie the Pooh.
Blood and Honey. We did. Like, we do agree to this.
At least there's stuff going on. There's some dialogue. This because Pooh doesn't talk. There's like literally it's just killing.
Yeah.
Nothing else going on.
It's that, and like I think I'd said it before, right? It doesn't lean into the ridiculousness of the plot premise, right? It tries to take itself way too seriously. If you made this more of like through some comedy into it, and
here's the thing: they try to replicate. Like I said, like I said, Friday the 13th. They try to replicate Jason. I said, and then they put a skin over a Winnie the Pooh over Jason. Yeah. You can't do that. Like I said, Jason's already Jason. Jason, like I said, how he kills people and everything else like that.
That's true. And he's super strong too, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. Right?
There's a lot of parallels.
They literally just like skin Jason.
They put a skin over it, and it just doesn't work.
No, they should have leaned into it. Like
you got to lean into the ridiculousness of your plot. Just honestly, if you would have done it a little bit different and leaned into it, I think it would have had the premise to be a great movie. And maybe they'll do that in the sequel, right? If it's planned for 2024, I do believe they can get Kanga and Rue in on it, because I think theirs was like the year after or 2 years after the book. So like theirs rights are going to lapse here soon. Although I was just looking, apparently this can't be distributed in greater parts of Europe because in the European Union, it was trademarked a few years later. And so they can't have this movie shown in Europe until 2027.
Okay. And there's going to be a 2. I think there's also got to be a 3 when Tigger frees up, right? There's got to be like a Pooh versus Tigger movie.
Yeah, maybe he's good.
Bouncing. I don't know. Like, okay. Here's my thought. I think Tigger's the bad guy. I think Tigger's the really bad guy. And Pooh, because Tigger's so bad, Pooh gets his right. He turns to the good side, right? To the good side. He gets his Vader moment where like he throws the Emperor off, right? He's gonna throw Tigger off some bridge or something. But right, he's gonna come around, and because Tigger's so bad and pouncing on people and just squishing them to death, Pooh's got to be the hero. Pooh's gonna be the hero and come back and defeat Tigger.
Manny says, waiting for this movie to hit streaming so I can watch it for free.
It is, right?
It is.
Watch it.
Paramount Plus.
No, Paramount Plus now.
Or no,
Peacock. It's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
The other P word.
The other Peacock. So, you can get it on Peacock, or just wash your hands. Right? Wash your hands with soap.
It's out there, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's plenty of places that have it out there.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie. They've already made their mass amount of money for the.
Scott, like you nailed it on the head, Scott. Like so, they didn't lean into the ridiculousness enough, right? Like that's why, like, have you seen Butt Boy yet? Remember when I was talking about Butt Boy?
I haven't seen it. It's still on the list, but it's another one that leans into its ridiculousness.
I don't want to Google Butt Boy or Butt Boy movie. I'm not sure how to find this, Jeremy.
Here.
Who's in this? Is there anything like Bubble Boy with Jake Gyllenhaal?
So it's basically a guy who goes around like killing people by basically like going up there.
Putting him in his butt.
Okay, I do kind of remember you talking about this a while ago.
Yeah, because people are disappearing up his butt. So basically, he's a serial killer who puts people up his butt.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. Isn't there a trailer? I think we watched the trailer.
Yeah, there's a trailer. There's a trailer for it.
Ridiculous.
Hey, it's got higher Rotten Tomato scores than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I mean, it's got some creativity, so it should get a couple points for that.
Hey, okay, if we're going by ratings right here,
Yeah.
let me share my screen. I'm Butt Boy.
Jesus.
Look, the majority of people like it.
It is on a majority, like 5 and above.
Yeah, 5 and
Yeah.
above. That's the majority. That's the majority of people like it. 5.6.
A lot.
Yeah.
Interesting. With a decent amount of 10s.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Some people really
like Butt Boy.
Look, and what a better movie tagline? Assume the position. Come on.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Leans into it and lets you know what this is.
For when Totally Rad comes back, can we watch Butt Boy?
Yeah.
You guys watch Butt Boy?
We could do Butt Boy.
Yeah.
We could do Butt Boy for Totally Rad. Let's do it.
Oh,
We also need to say the other time I had pulled up some ridiculous other horror movies that were the lowest of the low budget that I could find, and the guy made like 70 of them. So I promise I will at some point here soon. We'll pick one of those out. We'll get it over to you guys so we can watch that, and we will do an episode on the worst horror movies you'll ever see.
Hey, I have a suggestion for that. Once you find that horrible movie, let's throw it out to the world. Let's see if anybody wants to come on and join us to talk about it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Let's do it.
Anybody.
We'll post it out there. Hey,
anybody. Guess what?
Open casting call. Come join us. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah, open casting call. Come on the show and let's talk about it.
So Larry, you flip the theme. I'm assuming we hit the button.
Yeah, we got to do this real quick. Right, we said the return of Totally Rad. So
like Totally Rad.
There we go. Just had to do that. And we're back. Yes, no, Jeremy, that's a good idea. You're talking about the ones we talked about last time, right? The cocaine shark and
cocaine shark or one of those,
because they're all on Tubi.
Sharkula,
They're a bunch on
Tubi. So
everybody can get Tubi.
I'll watch a couple of them and find the worst of the worst.
Right,
the one that we saw that had the little clip art shark coming out of the water as part of like the roar.
Yes.
thing. Like I'll find something like that. We'll watch it, and then we'll open it up for everybody. Let's say, hey, everyone, come watch this and come jump on there and let's talk about it.
Honestly, like I said, we can have multiple people on. Like I said too. Like
I agree.
Let's all talk about this train wreck together. Like I said, if we're all in misery, I said if one of us is in misery, we all might as well be in misery.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. So shout out to the chat. This is also your formal invitation if you want to watch a really bad, probably shark movie.
Most likely shark. There's a disproportionate number of shark movies on that.
I feel like it's going to be a shark movie. So real quick, so Ed, Jessica's close by. You're both welcome, of course. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Manny. Shout out to Where'd You Get That? Shout out to Michael Newland and the Toy Rewind podcast. Shout out to Super Russ. Yeah, Misty. Shout out to everybody and anybody I missed. Even this spam bot thing from Twitch. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to the spam bot that says
beat us 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy.
That guy
coming by trying to sell us something.
I like the politeness of their starting him and pulled up here. The hello, sorry for bothering you.
I want to offer promotion.
I like how too that they can't clearly you can't put a link like URL in it, so it's like go to Steamrise. RU like first off, you want me to go to a Russian website?
Yeah, of course.
Oh God! You start typing in Streamrise and it is Russian. Yeah, it is.
.ru is the.
It's the
we used to
Russian
work
domain.
at a company that handed out those domain names.
I know, but
the major ones .ru is .russia.
I thought maybe that was just like a typo or something, but it is a Russian. It is a Russian website, and no, I'm not going to click on it. Jeremy's got China packages coming. I don't need to be going to Russian websites. We're definitely flagged.
STS Guys.
Scott's going to North Korea or something. No, no. Like, what are these guys doing? I thought this was a pop culture podcast. These guys haven't even talked about Loki yet. Like,
hey,
what's
we're
going on?
We're going to be on like some list someplace.
We probably already are, but so back to regular programming next time. By the way, I think Manny had brought up some hot toys and stuff. We're probably let's say we'll go back to regular show next episode. So
like, okay, they want a hot toy. Like I said, that one right
They're
there.
all right.
That
They're all right there.
That one's brand new. Like I said, that.
Who is that guy?
That's a new Iron Man. So it's Iron Man. It's the Mark III Iron Man.
There you go. Here.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That was hot. That's hot. That is really hot.
So hot. Like
So
Larry,
And
I think
because
it's
we're
time for you to do your thing.
I will after I acknowledge the fact that it's a Texas podcast.
Yeehaw!
Hitting all the buttons that we haven't hit in a while. Yep.
I like the so episode 250. Let's see if I don't mess this up. Oh yeah. If you enjoy our nonsense, you should probably follow us on social media. We occasionally post there still, not very much, but you could also be able to get the link to the giveaway if you're an audio listener. Go check. You can find it on Instagram at STS Guys. It's also on Twitter or X or whatever it's called nowadays at STS Guys, and we're still on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Showing like a villain.
Show him like a villain.
Ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding 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 diggy ding ding.
Ding, 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 ding. We don't have anybody who's the best. So shout out, since this is 250, shout out to everybody who's ever been the best, like Shumi, Podcoin, Lost Astronaut Coffee Company.
No, screw all of it. Shout out to our chat and shout out to our followers.
The chat.
Our followers. I said, and
It's
our
the
listeners.
best.
I said, our listeners.
It's
They're
the
the best.
Good job.
They're the
There you go.
Good save. I like it. I also, I don't know, bad segue. If you like podcasts, I have a few friends who still podcast.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right. Check out our podcast family. There's only 2 active on the list. I looked. So special shout out to Toy Rewind. Still going.
Going
Still
strong.
going. And Average Nerd Podcast also had an episode this month. So
Nice.
shout out to those guys. Good job. Keep going. Some of the other podcasts haven't podcasted since beginning of summer or longer. But you know what? We're still here, guys. 250. We're still here.
250.
We've
Still
outlasted. We've outlasted like almost everybody on our
Several.
list.
Yeah,
Which is
we
crazy.
several.
Yeah. Well, right. Michael's in the chat. So Toy Rewind, this is a crazy number too. Toy Rewind just hit episode 132.
Nice. Congrats.
That's a
Good
lot
job,
of
guys. Congrats,
a lot-
guys.
a lot
lot
of
of
episodes, man.
Once you get in the triple digits, it's always impressive. So
Yeah.
keep going, guys. Always enjoy the toy rewind. So
And that's probably
Absolutely.
just on our normal streak. There's probably not going to be an episode next week. Probably be the week after that.
Just being realistic.
Yeah, just be realistic. But yeah.
All right. So
That's all I got.
that's all you got.
Oh,
Jeremy, do your thing.
All right. So for episode 250 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.